A very good morning to all the prospective students of SASTRA, their anxious parents, other well-wishers who are watching this live online overview of the engineering admissions for the academic year 2020-21. At the outset, I sincerely hope that all of you with your family members are safe and healthy, and I wish normalcy is restored as early as possible. The purpose of this live interaction, which will happen for the next 60 minutes, is to quickly take you through the online counseling and admission process that we shall be following, considering the tough circumstances that surround us, and thereby there is no need for a physical presence on campus, which is the usual convention that we used to have for the last so many years that we have been doing this counseling. It also gave students an opportunity to come to the campus, have a look at the facilities, talk to faculty, talk to senior students, and then take an informed choice. But nevertheless, in today's age of information explosion, there is enough information about any university for that matter, and particularly about SASTRA as well, on the type of programs, the infrastructure, the recognitions to the institution, the student admission process, the way in which the teaching learning ecosystem is built. All of this is pretty much available in varied forms. But nevertheless, nothing is a better substitute than an interaction of this type for the anxious students and more anxious parents. Since we released the rank list last night, and ever since we released that, there has been numerous concerns, calls, doubts, clarifications, thoughts running across your minds. Before I begin to address them, I must first place on record the commitment and dedicated work that my team here at SASTRA put in place to ensure that the rank list was released as we had assured, not only for the engineering admissions, but also for the law admissions. And by the way, for the law online counseling overview, there is going to be a similar live interaction tomorrow at 11 a.m. So my discussion today will be about engineering admissions. Not only am I recording my sincere appreciation to my colleagues at SASTRA, I would like to record my sincere appreciation to the prospective students and their parents for having participated in this online exercise despite the tough circumstances that surround your immediate ecosystem, to make this a mutually win-win process, which was tellingly visible in the form of the rank list that got released last night. With this mutual congratulations, let me begin this overview, which in the first part will take you through the online counseling process, which involves a lot of steps, after which I will be open to take a few questions from the audience, and we will be picking the questions from the comments that we see in the YouTube chat room. So if you have any questions, please post your questions in a very short form. We don't have time to go through a question paper, but a very short question, we will come back with answers. Now, this entire process involves a very coherent synergy between the three P's that I usually refer to: the process, the people, and the policy. The process is the entire online counseling process and the admission process. The people involved will be our admissions team, our faculty team, students, their parents, and their list of advisors as well. And there is a reasonable policy framework within which the counseling and admission process happens. So we need to be mindful of the fact that we respect the process, the people involved, and the policy, and also the fact that there is a lot of thought process that has gone behind these three P's. And it is the interest of everybody's conscious effort to seamlessly undergo this process with no discomfort and inconvenience. I request all of you to come together in the spirit of a united team effort to make this online process a very successful one. Now, let me begin with the process. Now, yesterday's rank list that was released is the rank list for the engineering admissions 2020-21 for both the main campus here in Tanjavu and for those 3 limited engineering programs in our campus in Kumbakonam. For some of you who do not know about the Kumbakonam campus, let me just pause here for a moment to enlighten you on the genesis of the Kumbakonam campus. The Kumbakonam campus is called the Srinivasa Ramanujan Center, which was built in honor of the great mathematics genius Srinivasa Ramanujan. It was started in 1999-2000 when we purchased the house of Srinivasa Ramanujan in Kumbakonam and offered free tuition classes for high school students in mathematics. And since SASTRA became university in 2001, we also wanted to expand the activities of the center in Kumbakonam. And the Kumbakonam campus, named the Srinivasa Ramanujan Center, became an off-campus of the SASTRA deemed university in 2003. And I will be spending a little time on SASTRA as well. After becoming a part of the SASTRA deemed university in its Kumbakonam campus, there are limited engineering programs, science, arts, and humanities programs in the Kumbakonam campus, as well as research chair endowments to perpetuate the work of Srinivasa Ramanujan. And we also have the Shastra Ramanujan Award, which is gaining a lot of global recognition, which is in fact one of the top 10 awards in the world as we speak today. 6 of those who won the award, ever since it was instituted in 2005, went ahead to win the prestigious Fields Medal, which is the Nobel equivalent to mathematics. And this award is given to an outstanding mathematician under the age of 33 for work influenced by Srinivasa Ramanujan. And every year, the award winner comes to Kumbakonam campus on December 22nd, the birthday of Ramanujan, to deliver the Srinivasa Ramanujan birthday commemorative lecture and take this award citation and a cash prize of $10,000 US. Now that apart, coming back to the main campus, Shastra, the institution was started in the year 1984 as Shanmuga College of Engineering, after which the AICTE Act was in place in the late 80s, and the institution was recognized by the All India Council for Technical Education. And since then, there was no turning back for this institution, which went ahead to start other disciplines of engineering from its original 3 of civil, mechanical, and electrical, before being accredited by the National Board of Accreditation, then became an autonomous institution, became a center for postgraduate education, after which, based on the recommendation of UGC, the MHRD conferred the deemed university status on Shastra in 2001. After becoming a university, our efforts to reposition the institution took a different turn, that it wanted to be recognized also for its outstanding research. And that is why you see Shastra today as a truly integrated and comprehensive university that is actively engaged in research, consultancy, teaching, and training in engineering, arts, science, humanities, law, management, making it a very comprehensive university. The university is accredited by the National Assessment and Accreditation Council with an A+ grade, and that is why we are a Category 1 university recognized by the UGC as part of their graded autonomy regulations. Also globally, internationally accredited by the IET UK, and in the recently released NIRF 2020, which is the Government of India's ranking, Shastra secured the 25th position as a university. And Shastra also figures in the global rankings, the Times Higher Education and QS in the world ranking, the Asia ranking, BRICS ranking, and all other possible rankings of these two reputed global ranking agencies. Now, with this very brief background about Shastra, let me now take you to the application portal. All of you by now, you would have realized that you had all applied with the online portal, and all of you have a unique application number, which you will be using it as your user ID, and you also have your password. Now, this entire application, the admission process will be done in a very transparent manner, as we do for the last so many years, and we have received a lot of public acclaim for the transparency that is embedded in the admission process, where an admission is made to every single student based on the rank that they have secured. No donation or no capitation fee. This has been the hallmark of this institution. That is why we always live up to the tagline that you would see in our advertisements: think merit, think transparency, think Shastra. So once you are ready with your application number, all that you have to do, which I'm sure most of you would have done by now, is to enter your application number and the password that is given to you. And once you do that, you will know your application dashboard, basic demographic details, after which you can come to know of your rank, which is visible in the rank status, the rank details in your portal. Now, you would know by now that a student applying to the engineering program will be considered for both Stream 1 and Stream 2 by default. Stream 1, to which 70% of the seats is filled, will be based on the JMains course, the first JMains course, and the +2 marks, the aggregate +2 marks. Both of them taken together, the weightage of 75% for +2 marks and 25% for the first JMains course. And this is called the Stream 1. The Stream 2 is for the balance 30% of the seats, which will be filled purely based on your +2 aggregate, not the normalized aggregate, which we usually do till the last year. This time we are taking only the absolute aggregate scores in the +2 marks. Now, once your rank is displayed, this is how it will look like. Now, the sample screen that you see has only an All India rank, which means the sample that we have chosen is of a student who has completed his 10th and 12th in a state other than Tamil Nadu. So these are the students who will be getting only an All India rank. All students will be getting an All India rank, but these are the students who will get only the All India rank and not a Tamil Nadu or a Trichy or a Tanjavu rank. Because to get a Tamil Nadu rank, a student has to finish 10th and 12th in schools situated within Tamil Nadu. And likewise, for a Trichy rank, should have finished schooling 10th and 12th in any school located in Trichy district, and likewise for Tanjavu in Tanjavu district. The reason that we have given 3 ranks to a particular eligible student is to carve out from the total seats certain number of seats for students who belong to the Tanjavur district, for students who belong to state of Tamil Nadu, and the remaining is on an all India basis. That way, we are more responsive to the immediate society around us, and as well as make it inclusive to make an admission on this pan-India basis. So each student will be having an all India rank, Tamil Nadu rank, Tanjavur or Trichy as the case may be, based on their schooling background. Now, once you know this rank, see, we have released the rank list based on the information that you have provided. Your 10th marks, your 12th marks, your JEE scorecard, and wherever possible, students have also uploaded their mark sheets. In some cases, there are truncated mark sheets. There are mark sheets where names are not fully visible. So we, in the interest to avoid any confusion that might compromise the rank list, we thought it would be necessary for students to upload their 10th, 12th, and first JEE score if it is applicable to them again in this portal. So don't forget to upload your 10th mark sheet, your 12th mark sheet, and a first JEE scorecard sheet if it is applicable before you move to the next step as you see the screen. And make sure your file size is less than 200 KB. So make sure that you edit your soft copy so that the loading of the file and the retrieval of the same is easier. Now, once you're done with this, you will be asked to submit your choice of branches. Now, the next slide that you see is the process of uploading your mark sheet. And once that is done, you will be asked to submit your choice of branches. Even if you try to submit your choice of branches without uploading the mark sheet, the software will prompt you to first finish the uploading part before choosing your branches. So make sure you do the uploading part as and when you have time. Now, this submission of branch choice is very important in this admission process. The reason is that this choice that you will be submitting is the one that will be used to compute the allotment as we move forward in the allotment rounds. So once you click the choice of branches, which I will show you in the next screen, you will be asked to choose your priorities. Now, this process is enabled from today at 8:55 a.m. till tomorrow at 9 p.m. It's August 1, 8:55 to August 2, 9 p.m. And I just saw the software portal. I did realize that around 400, 500 students have already submitted your choices, which means you are very clear. You have already saved it, submitted it, and you have done with the process of submission of the choice of your branches. But nevertheless, for the remaining students, you have time till 9 p.m. But I strongly encourage you to have some clarity before you submit your choices, and then submit them as and when you are ready. Don't wait for the last moment. Now, once you have made your choices, it's better to submit it immediately as you have decided, because human mind always keeps changing. Then you will have a cousin who will come and ask you to change your choices. Then you will have other peer pressure changing choices, and finally you will end up again drawing up a new list which could possibly be different from your original plan. So stick to your original plan, stay focused. Once your choices are fixed, submit it. Don't wait for the last moment, and create avoidable traffic in the portal. And this way it will help us also to ensure that the system can support reasonable levels of traffic. So don't wait for the last moment. Don't start your submission of choices at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow. So my advice is, as and when you are ready, please start submitting your choices. Now, once you click that, this is how it will appear. So you will have the list of all the 23 programs on your left-hand side, and the right-hand side is your choice of branches. So all that you have to do is to click on the respective branch choices, and that will move to the right-hand side. And you have to necessarily do it for all the branches listed. By default, we will be considering you for all the programs so that the software doesn't miss the priority amongst these programs when it does the allotment. So even if you don't want a particular program, but that's not your desired choice, but based on your rank, you might be allotted to a branch choice that is either your first priority if you have a very good rank, or an average rank, it could be an 8th priority, but then it will be allotted. But to be considered for that allotment, you will have to choose all the branches, and that moves to the right hand side. Once you save your choices, saving your branch choices, and this is how it will appear. So let's say you chose 11 branches, and still you have the remaining branches on your left hand side, and you still want to think about it. So you can save your choices. Saving is not submission. Saving is like your edit option. You can just save them and log out, and then come after 1 hour after discussing with your friends, and then open up. Again, you will have the same list. If you want to change the list, you can again move from right to left, or on the right hand side itself, you can move your branch choices top to bottom. So either way, this will work. So then you have to finally arrive at your final list of those 23 branches. And once you are done with that, you have to submit. Remember, once you submit, you cannot change your order of choices. Till you submit, you can keep on changing by saving the most recent change, and then you are advised to submit well before the deadline. Please don't wait till the last minute. Once you submit the branches, then from August 3 and 4, we will be doing the verification of your mark statements. So August 1 and 2 will be your choice submission. 3 and 4 will be verification of your documents. Once the documents are verified and we find it to be perfect alignment with what you have applied, then the allotment process begins, and the software starts allotting you the branch based on the choices that you have submitted, the ranks that you have secured. So the combination of your rank and choice determines the allotment. So from August 5, the allotment list will be released, which will be based on your ranks and choices. So it is on August 5 that you will know the branch that you have been allotted to. So till August 2, 9 p.m., all students who have applied will be eligible to submit their branch choices. So this is how this will work, so that we don't have to again reach out to you to collect your branch choices in the event of seats being left vacant after round 1 allotment or round 2 allotment, as the case may be. So we thought we will collect all your branch choices right at day 1, so that we can process them at necessary points of time. So on August 5th, the first allotment is released. Now, once the first allotment is released, that's when you take a call as to whether you would want to be admitted to the particular branch. Some of you would have got your branch of your choice, so you would admit. Some of you would have got a branch that was your 3rd or 4th choice. You could still get yourself admitted for a different reason, and I'll explain why a little while. Once you choose your allotted branch, you will be asked to pay the fee. So the fee payment process is also online. But before that, you may be allotted to a particular branch, both in stream 1 or stream 2. Now this choice submission, just as you do it for stream 1, you should also do it for stream 2 to be considered for stream 2 admissions, because all of you by default, as I had said before, are eligible for both streams of admission. Some of you by virtue of a very good +2 mark will have better chances in stream 2. Some of you by virtue of a very good JEE score and a reasonably good +2 mark will stand a better chance in stream 1. Some of you in both, you have better chance. So it's always better, and my advice is to submit your choice of branch for both the streams. And in the allotment, it is quite possible that you will be allotted a branch in both the streams, both of them to your liking, or one to your liking, one not, or just one stream, or not allotted to both streams. So all these possibilities are quite likely to happen. If you're allotted to both streams and both are your desired choices, It's your call. You can take your seat in any stream that you want. If you're allotted to only one stream, then you have no other option but to choose that particular stream. If you're allotted to two different branches in both the streams, then you choose which branch that you want the most between the two. Pick that branch. So it's a prerequisite to be allotted and then admitted after tuition fee payment to be considered for round 2 allotment if there is a vacancy that arises and we do a sliding. So I will repeat, this is a very important step that you have to understand, that once your allotment is made, the fee details will come here and you have to pay your tuition fees online. So August 5th, you will know what your allotment is. And from August 5th up to August 10th, we give you 6 days time to pay your tuition fees online. All the tuition fee process, and by the way, the ₹10 that you see is just a sample. That's not the tuition fee. The tuition fee is the tuition fee that you saw in your application form. That will come and you have to pay that tuition fee. And once you pay the tuition fee, which is online through the payment gateway, either using your debit card or either using your net banking or credit card, a successful fee transaction will look like this. So I encourage students to just save this. This is not your official receipt, but at least this one is an interim proof of a successful transaction, because it takes at least 3 working days for us to reconcile with the payment gateway and the bankers to make sure that the tuition fee has reached the account so that an official receipt can be generated. But this process completes your allotment and fee payment. With this, your allotment is over. But I will go back to the choice of branches because this is an iterative process. If the branch that you have been allotted to was the branch of your first choice, then there is no reason to worry at all, because you got the branch that you wanted and you paid the fees and then you become students of SASTRA. If it was a different branch, you take a call, you get admitted, and on August 12th, we will be asking options for your sliding, which means once August 10th, the tuition fee is paid for the first round, we will take stock of the situation to see how many seats are vacant in both streams. So August 11th, for those students who paid the tuition fee based on their allotment, you are eligible to participate in that sliding. That's when you will come to know of the possible vacancies, and it is likely that there is a vacancy in a branch that was your original choice, and you can submit your choices on August 11th. We will process those, and then along with the next set of students who did not get allotment in the first round, we will release the second round allotment on August 13th. Now, this entire schedule is available in the counseling instructions, which I'm sure most of you have a copy of. So the second round allotment happens on August 13th, and likewise, fee payment window from 13th to 18th. And again, this process of iteration begins. August 19th, we will receive sliding options from students based on the vacancies after round 2. And here again, only those students who got allotted will be eligible to submit their sliding options. And then, considering the sliding options of students who are already allotted and the remaining set of students who have not received any allotment till that date, the round 3 results will be released on August 21st, again giving you a time window, August 21 to 26, to pay a tuition fee for the third round. And hopefully we feel that by the third round, the vacancy position should have more or less stabilized. And if there is still vacancies, we will do a merged counseling where stream 1 and stream 2 will be merged together. And then we will take choices from students. Again, those who have already been admitted and those who have not been admitted at all to any branches. And that set of choices will be processed before we release the results for the merged counseling from August 28th. And that payment window gives you the time to pay your admission fees. And by that time, we sincerely hope that almost 100% of the seats would get filled, and we plan to have the freshman orientation from August 30th, which we plan to do online. Friends, it was always been my desire to start the first day of classes on a face-to-face basis. It is not only my desire, my entire team at SASTRA also shares the same desire with me, because this transition from school to college is a very momentous experience for youngsters like you. And we would not want to deny you the pleasure of attending the first day of college. That's a milestone achievement that you would want to. So as much as possible, we hope, things are shaping up better. But I would like to assure to the students and parents that we have put in place a safety mechanism that doesn't compromise on the students' safety on campus. That is why, the senior year students, the second, third, and fourth year, and all disciplines, the classes will be beginning online for them from August 10th. So if we decide to open based on the competent authorities' directive and guidelines, it will be the first year students alone who will come to campus as early as possible, so that we will be meeting the social distancing guidelines more than what is adequate and recommended. To that extent, the face-to-face experience of a first year student is going to be very safe. Please be rest assured on that point. But having said that, still it is very uncertain when that first day is going to come. So we don't want to disengage from the student community after the admission process is over. So we usually plan a very detailed orientation session for the students. And I'm sure you can talk to your friends or relatives who are already at SASTRA. They have a week-long orientation that happens on a face-to-face basis. But now that this is going to be online, maybe it could be even more than a week. So we will have a very detailed freshman orientation beginning on August 30. And this orientation will give you a very detailed view of all the possible aspects of student life at SASTRA, the academic, the co-curricular, extracurricular, sports, all sorts of possibilities, opportunities that lie ahead of you at SASTRA as you begin this journey of an engineering education in this campus. And once this online orientation is over, we are ready to also start the online classes, the academic sessions. And hopefully by then, we have some clarity on the opening day of classes. And as I told you before, as much as possible, we would like to have you on campus for the first academic session. But nevertheless, things are not under our control. We are also fully geared to start offering the academic sessions in the online mode as well. And definitely, we will make sure, even if it is in the online mode, that teacher-learner connect, that relationship is maintained even in the online space. And I'm sure this online form, which is going to be very, very brief during this first introductory phase, is definitely a learning experience for all of you. So this is how we plan to schedule the academic calendar as your admission process is over. So with this backdrop, I welcome all of you to the counseling and the admission process, and hopefully I will be seeing most of you on campus. With this, I leave the floor open for questions from the audience, which, as I said before, we will be choosing some questions from the YouTube chat that's before me. So I will start picking up some of the questions that have already reached me, and as much as possible, we will try to answer the questions. If in the event that some of your questions are not answered, the counseling instruction has given you a set of 4 email IDs. Based on the type of questions, if it is on rank and allotment, you can give your question, you can raise your concerns over an email. If it is on tuition fee payment, you can raise your concerns. If it is on the withdrawal process, you can always email us. If it is on any academic advisory, you want to talk to faculty, get some inputs on the courseware, you could email, or any other concerns, there is a separate email ID. So those 4 email IDs, you can always shoot your questions. For some students, the first question, you are not able to get the rank. There are some students who submitted their application forms, but then by a mistake, there is some error in your data that is submitted. So for state, you would have entered, a different name, a district that doesn't align with existing districts. So there is some erroneous data. So you just share your application number with the rank list email ID that we have given. We will tell you what the exact problem is. Some students have applied but not eligible. So there are some students who don't meet the basic eligibility criteria. So for those students, rank will not be allotted. So for those students who are not allotted a rank, there is a genuine reason behind that. And some of you would know that by yourself, eligibility criteria, you would easily know that that's the reason. But still, if you feel that rank is not allotted despite being eligible, please send your email with your application number. We will come back with you with the right reason. The next question is on Trichy and Tanjavu. Well, the Trichy and Tanjavu stream of admission, as I said before, is we have a policy that we have been following for the last 10 years, that students from Trichy and Tanjavu, by Trichy and Tanjavu, it doesn't mean a domicile requirement, but students who have studied 10th and 12th in schools situated in Trichy and Tanjavu districts are the ones who are eligible under this stream. So you cannot say that, you belong to Trichy, but then you studied in a school elsewhere outside this district of Trichy, and then say you are eligible for Trichy. You should have necessarily studied 10th and 12th in schools situated either in Trichy or Tanjavu to be qualified for that. Till last year, we were giving 10% seats each to Trichy and Tanjavu. There were lots of requests from parents and students in Tanjavur and Trichy district to increase that, considering the tough circumstances that they are going through today. And it is only for this year that the management of SASTRA has decided to increase that 20% to 30%. The original 10% still gets restored to Trichy and Tanjavur, and the remaining 10% is based on the inter-se merit between Tanjavur and Trichy. A student from Tanjavur or Trichy, whoever is better placed, gets the admission first in the combined 10%. So net 30% is to Tanjavur and Trichy district. There is a question on the withdrawal process. The withdrawal process, as much as we have embedded transparency in our admission process, we will also be transparently administering the withdrawal process as well. See, we know that every student will be also having other options in their hand, that you would want to wait for other results, in this case mainly even JEE main results. In fact, we also wanted to wait for the second JEE main, and that's why we were waiting so long. But then as it got postponed, we thought we couldn't keep on postponing our application deadlines, so decided to take the first JEE mains course instead and not wait for the second JEE mains course. But nevertheless, the second JEE main will happen between the first week of September. Their results are declared, and you might have chances elsewhere as well. Other institution admissions are also happening concurrently. We are aware of that. But take it from us that we won't stand between you and an alternate option that you want to exercise. All that we want you to do is to just undergo the process that is required for withdrawal, which will be very transparent and easy. The moment the admission process begins with your fee allotment, the next day itself in your portal, you will have a withdrawal portal activated. So students who want to withdraw will have to register and submit their bank details, so that once we receive your withdrawal request, we will process the withdrawal request after the successive rounds of allotment. So we need that working time to process a request, so that the withdrawal happens in a manner that is as transparent as the admission process. And in your counseling instructions. When you participate in the allotment, you will also be given the instructions for withdrawal. Till the date of opening, we will refund the entire fee after deduction of 1,000 rupees. Till September 30th, till a vacancy is, if a vacancy is filled, we will refund the entire tuition fees. So once we close the admissions, we won't be admitting students after that particular date. So my advice is, students, please exercise your discretion, your choice to get admitted before we close the admissions. I've always said this in all the counseling sessions in the last so many years that you have been conducting. Please respect the fact that you have been given an admission because of your merit. Your performance has been rewarded. Enjoy that first. Don't commoditize professional college admission as if it is like a hotel reservation or an airline reservation, buying all places and then finally canceling, going here and there. We of course know that you have a choice to study in any institution, but please exercise that choice in a very mature, calibrated and a focused manner. Thereby, a lot of resources are saved, and there might be other students who are waiting in the queue who would want to study in Shastra. So please have those types of students also in your mind as you exercise the withdrawal process. The next question, can I enter the JEE's course now? Well, you would have noticed that during the last 2 weeks, our portal was active, asking students to check your status of application form, giving you the opportunity to enter your JEE mains course if you had not entered them. And likewise, if there were mistakes in your +2 marks, we had advised you to write to us so that we could change those marks before we release the rank list. But now that we have released the rank list, I am getting a few questions. Like, I took my first JEE mains course, but I am not able to enter it now. Now, we understand that this is a very genuine concern of the student who otherwise will get a better rank because of the JEE score that they failed to enter. So what we will be doing, if you see in your counseling instructions, there is a separate email that's called the data error. There, to that email ID with your subject of the email being data error in application, if you can send an email to admissions@sastra.ac.in, then we will take your first JEE mains course and assign a supernumerary rank. We cannot change the rank list, but if that JEE mains course is going to change your rank, we will assign a supernumerary rank to you, and then your allotment will be processed based on the new ranking, based on the JEE mains course that you send. But remember, when you send your JEE mains course, please send with your JEE official document so that we can take that as a valid JEE mains score. The next questions is on hostel fee payment. Now, the counseling instructions have clearly mentioned that the hostel is only for students who are coming from far off places, and it is to them that we will be prioritizing the hostel accommodation. There is no point in admitting you to a hostel now and collecting hostel fees from all the students. Most of you will have other priorities also during these tough times. So you can wait for your hostel accommodation, and once the admission process is over, we will again come back to you getting your request for hostel. And only for students who are staying outside a travel radius of 75 kilometers in and around Shastra, we will be providing hostel accommodation. Hostel accommodation for the first year is necessarily a 4-in-1 accommodation. We will take care of the social distancing guidelines. And there is single room, double room, bath attached, common bath. All of this combination will be available only from the second year. The reason is very simple, that since you are also new to the campus, we would want you to be a part of a mini friendship network within the hostel room so that you stay together, appreciate the spirit of teamwork, collaborative work, stay together in your first year, new friends, new language, new culture, new learnings. So that's why first year will be a shared accommodation, and only when you move to senior years, you will have different combinations of your hostel accommodation. The next question is change in marks after plus 2 reevaluation. The same as I mentioned for JEE first scores is also equally applicable for the plus 2 reevaluation. Some students have applied for reevaluation and their results are yet to come. The moment the reevaluation results have come, and if it has resulted in a progressive upgradation of your scores, please write to us, and we will, in the same way we'll be doing for JEE main, we will assign a supernumerary rank to you and then process the allotment based on your new plus 2 scores. And to the same email ID, the data error in application, same email ID, you please send it. The next question is open schooling. Yeah, NIOS, we are aware that the results for students under the open schooling not yet released. We have received applications from students who took their plus 2 in NIOS, and you will understand that you will not be figuring in the rank list that we released yesterday. For those students, we have decided to wait for your ranks, your scores, because we value your application to Shastra. Thank you for considering Shastra. So we also want to give you that opportunity to be considered and processed. So once your scores are available, please email to us the same email ID that's there in the counseling instructions. That counseling instructions you won't be able to see, but please email to us at admissions@shastra.ac.in with your score and the scorecard, and we will definitely consider you for the admission process based on the rank and score that you have secured. Okay, the next question is, whom shall we contact in case we have doubts? Well, I keep telling this in a very jocular way. You know, it's better to always send an email to those email IDs that we have given to you. Today is a very network. Today we are living in a network world. Your parents might know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows the chancellor or who knows me or who knows the deans. You're always free to call us. We will definitely help you. But then to make it more streamlined and to record your concerns and observations, it's always better to send an email. That way we will be able to understand what your problem is, your concern is, and we will get back to you with remedial action if it is necessary. So it's always better to email us in those email IDs that we have given, but all of us are always available for a phone call in case you need more advice, some expert advice on what branches to choose. Feel free to also call many of my academic colleagues, and if you also want to get some inputs, I am also always available. But make sure you have some clarity in the question, and we are here to advise you on those career prospects as well. What are these new emerging courses? Well, the new emerging courses, these are a new set of courses that we have started from this year, thanks to the All India Council for Technical Education's encouragement for universities like us to start courses on certain emerging areas. And you will see most of them in computer science, in artificial intelligence and data sciences is one specialization. Cyber security is one specialization. IoT and automation is another specialization. In electrical, we are coming out with smart grids and electric vehicles as a specialization topic. In mechanical engineering, we have one of the finest advanced manufacturing facilities on campus, which includes 3D printing. So we're going to have digital manufacturing as a specialization. In electrical, as I mentioned, we have a very good facility with high voltage grids. So that's why, and also an electric vehicle lab. So that's the specialization. In ECE, CPS, cyber physical systems, again, is an emerging area specialization. So basically, this emerging area specialization is to give you an additional focus in certain niche areas that are gaining a lot of momentum in the Industry 4.0 domain that we are working at. The computer science will be the core for those computer science emerging area electives, while there will be additional focus on those chosen disciplines, and likewise for ECE, EEE, and mechanical engineering. So the emerging area specialization is, again, the seats available is very limited because students who come to that are very focused. So there will be only 60 seats for each of those category, and these are meant for students who have a very clear focus that these are the areas that they're going to work in future. But nevertheless, having said that, it doesn't mean that you cannot do computer science. All that an ordinary computer science engineering graduate can do, students with this specialization degree at the undergraduate level can do. It's only that incremental focus that gives you that specialization at the undergraduate level. But the common computer science curriculum is uniform across all the computer science disciplines, and likewise for mechanical, ECE, and EEE. I have time for just a few more questions. Biotechnology, can you throw some light on that? Okay, the School of Chemical and Biotechnology, for those who've been tracking SASTRA very closely, you will realize that the School of Chemical and Biotechnology is one of the finest academic centers in the country, consistently ranked amongst the top 3 schools. We have a lot of initiatives under the school, under the Nano Mission of the Government of India, the BioNest, and likewise a number of our flagship research initiatives are under the School of Chemical and Biotechnology that offers the biotechnology, the bioinformatics, or you call that as the computational biology now, or the big data biology, the bioengineering, which is on healthcare, and then a 5-year integrated program in medical nanotechnology. 5-year integrated program, there are 2 programs, medical nanotechnology and industrial biotechnology. This 5-year integrated program, for those of you who saw the new education policy that got released two days back, now this is something that we foresaw 10 years back, and this is a program that we've been doing for the last 10 years, a very successful program that is funded by the Department of Biotechnology also and the Nano Mission. Here, the students of a 5-year medical nanotechnology program sit with the students of bioengineering for the first 7 semesters. And then the 8th and 9th semester do graduate level courses in medical nanotechnology, and the 10th semester is the project work. And the end of 5 years, you will get a BTech in bioengineering and an MTech in a medical nanotechnology. And this integrated program is also getting announced in the new education policy. And we are very happy that this effort of ours is also getting highlighted in the new education policy. Now, likewise, industrial biotechnology students will be sitting with the biotechnology BTech students for the first 7 semesters, and then do 8th and 9th graduate level courses, project work to get that BTech in biotechnology and then MTech in industrial biotechnology. So the biotechnology school offers these 3 programs. And my advice is usually students coming to biotechnology, bioengineering, or big data biology, these are students who have a very clear focus on what they want to do. They would have chosen life sciences as the career, and especially students who come to us for bioengineering and medical nanotechnology, they are like half doctors actually. They talk the doctor's language, except they don't practice the doctor's profession. So that's the type of program that's built in the bioengineering and medical nanotechnology. So students with that focus come for these programs. And this is actually not a program that's meant for students who did not get, civil engineering. I want to do some engineering. I want to do bioengineering. So, I mean, please, such students stay away from these type of programs. The next question, maybe the penultimate question, is want to repeat sliding process after each round. Can I participate in the sliding after every round? Yes, you can participate in a sliding after every round. After round 1, if you have been allotted to a particular branch and you have paid the tuition fee, you can submit your sliding options. After round 2, if you still want to change your choices, you can submit your sliding options. And you will also be considered for sliding from stream 1 to stream 2 also, based on your stream 2 ranks, if you're eligible. That is also possible, but based on your submission of your choices. So you are eligible to participate in sliding for more than one time, provided you get an allotment, you get admitted, and then you are eligible for as many sliding as we will be conducting till the end of the process. The next question, sliding from the SRC to main campus. That is not possible because you would have realized by now the rank list for the main campus and SRC both are different. So your admission to SRC is based on the rank that you have secured there. The admission to main campus is based on the rank that you have secured here. So sliding between campuses not necessary, not possible. Can a sliding happen after we join? Usually what happens is after the first semester is over, based on your SGPA, no longer will your JEE score plus 2 mark that will be valid. After your first semester, based on the SGPA, which is calculated based on your end semester examinations, we will ask sliding request subject to an available vacancy, and based on that SGPA we will be processing. And it is quite possible that you might be getting a different branch from the second semester because the syllabus for the first year for all programs is the same. So first year is a uniform syllabus. So sliding will happen at the end of the first semester, and you never know, if you're lucky, it might even happen at the end of the first year. There again, it will be based on your CGPA. Hostel fees. Okay, the hostel fees is actually, we don't collect any advance for the mess bill or anything like that. It is a dividing system. So once you stay in the hostel, based on the number of days and the total student days, we divide and then share it with the students. It will be a dividing system. Your mess bill is on a full cost recovery dividing system basis. So you will know what exactly is the number of days and you will pay for that. And on average, it will be around 2,500 to 3,000 rupees per month. While the hostel rent is 8,000 rupees per year, which includes a refundable caution deposit of 2,000 rupees. Now, the senior years, when you go to a single room, 2-in-1 and bath attached, that the fee will differ for the hostel, but the mess fee will always be a dividing system basis mess fee. Okay, I'll take this as the last question. Bona fide and bank loan. Okay, and scholarships. Fine. That's a good way to end this session. Let me tell you that once you become students of SASTRA, we will enable a bona fide letter that gives you the fee estimate and the fact that you are bona fide students of SASTRA studying in a particular program, which you can use it to process your bank loans. But I would like to add that once you come here, our bankers, namely the City Union Bank, and then some of the other bankers who usually partner with us, like the Punjab National Bank, they come to the campus and also sanction spot educational loans to the students. So you can wait for that opportunity. And then all the transactions after you become students of SASTRA moving forward will be online through a City Union Bank enabled online fee payment portal. All students will necessarily have a City Union Bank account through which all your future transactions will happen. Then scholarships. Yes, we have a very good scholarship scheme. We refund 20% of the tuition fee to students who are placed in what we call as the Dean's List. If you should be placed in the top 2% based on your academic performance every year, we pay the tuition fees 20%. And if you're between the 3rd and the 10%, top 3 to 10%, we refund 10% of your tuition fee. We also have other forms of scholarship based on the type of relief that you require. I will explain all of that at an appropriate time. You definitely have a lot of scholarship and also a lot of opportunity to be a part of SASTRA's various other activities, social outreach, extracurricular sports. These are things that we encourage students to be a part of so that you become wholesome individuals, not only good engineers, but members of a very enlightened, humane society, true to the spirit in which this institution has been operating for the last 30 years plus. So friends, students and parents, it was a pleasure to reach out to you, and we look forward to your continuous support and cooperation in this online counseling and admission process. And as I told before, we are all here to help you out. So do not hesitate to send emails to get your doubts clarified. We tried our best to clarify as many questions as you had during this online interaction. But nevertheless, you might have more questions. Please send your email. If those are genuine, you will definitely get an reply to that. Please don't send an email asking, this is my rank, will I get this branch? Better consult your family astrologer. Thank you very much. Have a safe day. Thank you.